Namaste everybody. Welcome to Aphinya Yoga and I am Aphinya. Today's video I have for you is to introduce you to some of the exercise that will help your baby to get into the position for a delivery friendly, which is the head turn downward. And for any moms out there that have breech, did I say it correctly? That have a breech baby, hopefully this might also help you for that. However, I just want to say right up front that there are not much of the medical evidence that prove that these exercises are really going to work. However, you know when it's come to the point that if you have to do anything at all, that you know that is not going to be dangerously risky, we will do everything, right? So if you want to know how to get your baby into this delivery friendly, please keep watching. Before we get started, make sure you have a mat and 2 blocks. These videos, it requires a little bit more opening in the legs muscles, the strength in your upper body. We're gonna do 2 poses. One is downward facing dog. One is a split leg, and you bring your body downward toward the floor, okay? Downward facing dog. Now, most of the time you do downward facing dog with your hands on the floor. I actually happen to feel like have the hands on the block is also feel really good right now with my 36-week pregnancy. Yeah. So you have your hands on the block or on the mat. I'm going to do both. And you tuck your toes, lift your knees on the floor, walk back with your knees bent, and you push. Now, make sure that your block is not gonna slide, okay, mom? This is really important. Be cautious, don't fall. Yeah. And you just put your chest back toward your feet. Yeah. Open your feet as wide as your belly can feel comfortable. You can see, right, once again, we want the hip to be higher than the chest. That's pretty much it. So you're in the pose and you breathe. If you can bring your legs down and you feel like your back is straight, please feel free to do that. If you start to round your back, please just keep your knees bent. Don't worry about the leg and just put your chest back. Make sure your elbow bend just slightly, not much, not like that, yeah. And you do 5 breaths again. And one good thing about downward facing dog is that you actually can stretch your back at the same time. Yeah. You use the exhale to put your chest back toward your feet. And then when you have your 5 breaths, you take a rest in child's pose. Yeah. Find your calm, relaxing breath. And breath, 3 to 5 breaths as well, and then you go back a second time. Spread your finger wide apart. Your wrist parallel to the front edge of the mat, hand a little bit wider than the shoulders. Claw the floor with your finger pads. Remember, this one is require the upper body strength. If it doesn't work with you, please don't risk yourself to do it. Go take a look at my first video, which is going to be a lot easier, and I will link it to the description below. All right, so you tuck the toe, lift the knee, open your feet, your knee as wide as your belly, needs the room. And when you have that, yeah, you inhale, you just breathe into your back muscle. Exhale, you push the floor away from you and you lengthen your back diagonally upward and have your hips high. 3, 4. Remember, if your hamstrings are not really tight, you can grab the heels down and you get the benefit from stretching the leg, but that should come when you can tell that your back is really lengthened, it's not rounded, and you are not moving forward toward your wrist. You should stay back toward your feet, which is your hand should be able to lift, you can see, right? But your feet, you can't. And when you have your 5 breaths, if that's too much, you can just breathe 3 breaths and then come down and rest. So that the first pose of this video to get your belly higher than your chest, and hopefully our baby will turn into a delivery friendly. Now I'm going to get into a second pose, which is called Pasarita Padottanasana. It's a split leg. So you have your feet parallel toward one another. Now, what will stop you from getting your chest low, I'm going to turn sideways, is the tightness of all your adductor muscles right here. Right. If you do this pose and you actually end up stays right here, the benefit of turning your baby probably will not going to be sufficient. But if you can get your chest low, like while you're doing that, hug your shins in, push your thighs apart. And that's going to help you with your labor as well. And you get your chest low right there. Yeah. I think that is when the benefit is going to happening. And you cannot go so low, you can use the block to help you. Okay, you can just stay right here. Look almost like downward facing dog, isn't it? Be careful. Right. You can stay low like that. You can rock yourself forward and back. Or you can go even lower. You can open your legs wider. Remember, chins hugging in, thigh pushing apart. And you get your chest low, hips high. Once again, if you have already a problem with the heartburn, this is not going to be comfortable. Okay. So no matter what you do with your hands, just make sure that you support yourself well. You can have your legs, your hands apart like that. You can have your hands on the floor. And you can see if your legs are greatly open, the chances for you to go downward and like turn your belly higher and chest lower is going to be greater. Big times. You can even bend your knees a lot as well. Like, it's not so much about the leg, it's about inversion. Yeah. Isn't it? And you can see, you can adjust. I'm going to try to give you a lot of options. And then you rest in child's pose. Again, be careful. Same idea here. I hang there quite a while. Well, nothing wrong with that. But if you're not strong, breathe like 3 full breaths. Rest. Breathe maybe 5 full breaths. Rest. Go back again for 2 more times. So you have 3 sets all together. Or you can just hang there as long as you feel comfortable. I actually feel very comfortable in that pose. And you might do it once and hang there for maybe a minute or two, and you're just like, I'm good. Need to breathe. So as you can see, this video, the exercise are a little bit more challenging, especially for us that's not strong and also very tight. So let's say if you cannot get your chest lower than your belly, the benefit of turn your body into the positions is not going to be sufficient. And if you also risk yourself to get into the pose, I would rather not see you do that, mom. If you know yoga, you know the pose. That split leg is called Pasarita Padottanasana or downward facing dog. You have the upper body strength, you have the leg flexibility. You can just get into that pose without the heartburn and hang there as long as you wanted to. But for us, that's a not, build our muscle up to that. The first video will be much better and much more friendlier and give you hope to probably able to turn your baby around, and I would love you to go and watch that video instead. Okay? If you like the video, please give it a thumb up. And if you never subscribe with Aphinya Yoga and would love to see more video in the future, let me welcome you to my channel. Also, if you would like to connect with me through Instagram and Facebook, I will give you the link and we can meet each other over there as well. Once again, if you are close to your delivery, I wish you the easiest delivery and less complicated ever. Hopefully everything go according to plans. Take good care of yourself, mom, and see you in the next video.